It's crazy to me how much correlation there is across the crypto market. And I don't necessarily mean in terms of price, because obviously prices are all over the place. SHIB has had now 2 straight red days, which we'll talk about in this video. But from a structure standpoint, things are looking very good. SHIB has a hidden bullish formation that it's playing into along with other assets in the space. And this might be an exact reason why we could have a little bit of a bullish push in the early part of the week. We're going to talk about all that and more in this video. So if you guys are new or haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Hit that bell again. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So just looking at Shiba Inu right now, we actually had a really good start to the day yesterday. We talked about that big surge we had in terms of price. We were kind of floating around that 142 to 144 for most of the day. And then we got some late day selling. Overseas money kind of dropped the market down. Unfortunately, we look at this hourly chart in terms of Shiba Inu, where our big drop really came was right at about, 8 p.m. or so. So just after overseas money woke up, it pushed the charts down. And unfortunately, that's where we sit in terms of Shiba Inu. Sometimes that happens. This did, in fact, contribute to our close of our daily candle yesterday in a gravestone doji, which is a bearish candle, guys, just so you're aware. And a lot of times when you see these candles, you can see price move the opposite way. And that's what we're seeing right now is we're seeing some profit taking, some capitulation. We're dealing with lower volume on the weekend in general. So that sucks. But I will say there is a silver lining to this, because this is causing the RSI to actually drop on some of these shorter term charts. And what that's actually creating for Shiba Inu here is actually a little bit of hidden bullish divergence. For those that aren't familiar, guys, what we're seeing is the bottoms on the rise and we're seeing the bottoms on the drop in terms of the RSI. So yes, this is a bullish formation. Now, SHIB could frankly drop all the way down to, somewhere in this 40132, 40131 range and still actually have this trend intact. I'm not saying that's going to be the case. We do have to just note that our 54-hour, that'd be 200-hour moving average is right at about 40134 or so. So that is well within reach today. That's not that far of a drop for Shiba Inu, to be honest with you. And it's going to be just a gauge of what, money decides to do today. Does U.S. money continue to sell as they have been in the early part of the day? Why can't I just measure this? It's only down about 1.5%, guys. So that's a move that SHIB could make as the day goes on. So definitely something to watch closely. But if we do kind of putz around in these ranges, if SHIB kind of fights around this 20 MA, then we could see that push into the early part of the week. Overseas money could wake up, take advantage of some of the discounts that now U.S. money is giving them as the day has started. That's just what this might end up playing into, guys. Now we're seeing the same formation from most assets in the space: BTC, ADA, many others as well. All right. I guess I didn't really look at Ethereum. Are we seeing this in terms of Ethereum? Yeah, we are. We're seeing the same exact thing on almost every single chart in the crypto space. And what this means is that right now we're kind of flying out of this overbought range. The market's cooling just slightly, which means that buying can resume. There'll be a little more confidence that does potentially set in the crypto market. All right. ETH did have a little bit of a poppy day yesterday, a little bit of a poppy day on today's daily candle. It actually got all the way up to 1850, which is a great sign, setting the highest price we've seen since all the way back on April 2nd. So ETH is well underway on a direction change. SHIB is well underway on a direction change. This is what we want to see across the crypto market. What we're also seeing too is some record levels in terms of Bitcoin demand. Okay. So yes, there is massive pressure across the crypto market right now that could potentially move the market further to the upside. I think this is actually, this is record levels. This is the highest we've seen, higher than we were even seeing when we hit our all-time high back in, I think it was December? Yeah. 108, 109, whatever that was. So that's the type of pressure we're seeing on the market. Institutional money continues to apply pressure to the crypto market. Obviously, the weekends, we don't have any of that. So it's just retail doing what retail does. I will say, it's nice to be back in kind of these days where we're seeing just short-term capitulation. We did have a couple spikes back on Thursday. We had a spike to a 5-month average hold time of transacted coins. We had a spike to 4 months back on Tuesday. So right now it looks like there's just some stragglers that are kind of fudding themselves out of their bags, and that's okay. All right. we just got to be patient, just kind of let the weekend play out. We'll get back into times of higher volume and see what kind of sentiment takes over. Again, hopefully it's just a continuation of what we have been seeing. Overall meme coin volume still very much consistent. Overall market cap still very much consistent. We're just kind of dealing with the ebbs and flows, the movement of capital around the space. It's kind of a normal thing. So we'll just be patient, wait, watch, and see how this all plays out as we get into the week. So I appreciate you guys as always. Oh, yesterday was a whale buying day. The day before was a whale buying day. We've had, I think, 3 now consistent days of whale buying. So this is all looking pretty darn good. So I appreciate you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts, but have a great day. Catch you guys in the next one. Take care.